Hey y'all, happy Sunday. Ooh, make sure.
Hi, Ayana. Happy Sunday.
Hey, how are you guys feeling?
What's going on, everybody?
Happy Sunday.
Hey, Zach, what's happening?
All right, what's up?
All right. We're gonna get straight into it. Like I said, Prodigy, he's gonna be going over US30 and NAS, and I'm going to do GU and gold and also go over some risk management. But before we get into that, I want to know, like, how do y'all manage y'all risk when it comes to trades? Like, what exactly are y'all struggling with? Because I feel like risk is number one. Like, before you get into a trade, you need to ask yourself, like, if my stop loss gets hit, am I okay with losing this amount? How do y'all go about y'all risk?
I'm gonna let y'all go.
Who want to share first?
Um,
Oh, don't be shy. Y'all in.
um, I'm that, like normally on gold, I put like 50 pips stop loss, but
Uh-huh.
like lately I've been just kind of letting my. I ain't gonna say I put like a big stop loss because like it'll wick down like a lot of times. So
Mm-hmm.
it'll make sure that I don't lose more than 50 pips. So like I'll be trying to look at it.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to get into that too, the pips and stuff. But first, so I'm gonna do my analysis and then Prodigy, Antonio, are you on here? I can't hear you. You're
No, I'm here.
oh, okay. I'm gonna share mine first and then you can share yours, all right?
Okay.
All right, let's get into it. Let me share my screen. Okay, so let me move this over. So let's start with GU. So right now, where we're at, you can see that we've been at this whole, why do I have all these apps on the side? Let me scoot this over. Okay. So y'all can see right here, we've been retesting this area of support. Y'all see this? We literally came to this area 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. And every time price got to this area, it always pushed right back up. So right now we're at that push. And as you can see too, we do have a lot of, let me get rid of that. A lot of wick exhaustion right here off this one candle. And we also broke through this 4-hour trend line that I had right here, which was holding down majority of price. And even like I made another trend line right here, just kind of going based off the wicks. And right now where we're at, since we broke this whole major trend line right here, y'all know I don't get in anything unless I have a retest. So on the 1 hour, we kind of opened up with the gap, but this prior structure right here played out. So this was point A, point B, and it pulled down. And if you put your bib, we hit 61.8 on that 1 hour structure. So now with us hitting 61.8 and we're going into this uptrend and we broke this trend line, I do want to see price come back down to this area, either like to this trend line, which is lined up with this zone, which is my 30-minute time frame. So this is the 1 hour time frame that we're on. And that 1 hour structure finished. Now we need to create another structure, but we need to wait for that pullback before we get in. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Down to the lower time frame. So right here, on the 30-minute, we kind of opened up with this gap right here. We broke through this trend line. I feel like I haven't talked in forever. I feel like I haven't been on this call in a long time. It feels good though. Okay. I'm over here just talking to myself like, okay. Okay,
No,
so,
we.
huh?
I said
We're
we
here.
hear you.
We're listening.
Wait, I can't hear y'all. What happened?
I said we hear you. You know, you're not here by yourself.
Okay. So once we got to this zone and I saw we had retested this one trend line that I had from the past, and we hit 61.8. I already saw it going up. So I saw it going up at least to this trend line, to this zone area, and I wanted to see what it was going to do. Clearly we did get like some retest here and it fell, but then it ended up creating a higher low. So this low is higher than this low. Let's make this thick so y'all can see this. So anytime, if you're looking for a price to come down and I start seeing another higher low that's created, that's kind of showing me that we're not going to continue pushing down, especially once it came back up to this trend line and it started giving bullish momentum. Do y'all see how that was like a full bullish candle? There was no type of wick exhaustion at that area.
Mm-hmm.
So anytime you're at those trend lines, you want to look for those wicks. So right here, that's a wick right here. That's a little wick right here on the smaller time frame, of course. But anytime you're at a trend line and you see bullish momentum, it's most likely going to push through it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so now let's look at where we're at. So we do have to wait a little bit just for this to finish playing out, because I wouldn't get in right now because this is just like a whole bunch of gibberish. Like the market just opened, we're opening with the gap. I would want to see that settle out and see like what happens during London session. But at this zone area right here, this little purple area, we broke through that as well as breaking through the zone. So if you look left, even just going based off this area, I don't want to go all the way back, but it still makes sense. But we have a lot of support, broke, retest to come down for that drop. We came back, retested right here, and then we broke it right here. So now what I want to see is I just created this bottom trend line, because you know the trend line is 2 points and you draw it into the future. So I want to see price to get in for a buy. I would want to see price push down to this area before it continues to go up. And this move is kind of similar to the one that I gave y'all last time. For this trend line right here. Do y'all remember this move? Someone said yeah. So when we was going over this, I said, look for, I had my 2 points right here. I believe it was, you can see them now in the 30-minute, but I was basing off the 30-minute and the 15-minute, those 2 points, and I drew my trend line into the future. And I said, I want to see price pull back because we had this big push, but price never pulled back. Because anytime you have a strong push up, price has to do some type of pullback. There's probably going to be some consolidation as well. And since that happened, I said, wait for the price to pull back to this trend line to get in for a retest, to get in for the buys. And that's exactly what it did right here. So right now we're looking at the same scenario. So we have 1 point, 2 points, and we have a trend line drawn to the future. And now with price pushing down and it comes back to retest this area, that just lines up with this just being broken and it needed to be retested for both the zone and this blue trend line. as well as it'll most likely, if it does like some type of consolidation, maybe something like, because it could push up a little bit too. But if it comes back down, we can see something like that. But you want to see what it does at the trend line. You can never say, oh, if once it gets to the trend line, we're gonna get in for buys, because that's just not it. You can't predict what's gonna happen. You have to literally trade what you see. And that's why I like to give both sides of it, because even if this just happens to not retest it, but my highest probability is that it is, you still have to be able to take advantage of whatever that next move is. You have to be able to adapt to the market. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I had that same problem last week, exactly what you just said. Cause I don't know if y'all trade gold or whatever, but like it kind of did that around, I think it was either Wednesday or Thursday, where
Mhm.
it was like it's supposed to sell. I forgot what level it's supposed to sell at, but it was like supposed to sell around like Thursday, and then like the DXY, and then gold was kind of looking like the same. So it was kind of like weird, and then it just went ahead and bought like continued to buy up. So like I see what you're saying.
Yeah, and that's another thing too. I was telling y'all that before, but sometimes gold and the dollar, they move and they can move in the same direction. So that's why I say too, like, even though like sometimes I reference the dollar, I don't just base it off the dollar. Clearly with currencies, yes, you can do that. Like GU, EU, yes, you can base it off the dollar. But gold is a whole commodity. It's not a currency. So sometimes gold and the dollar are going to move in the same direction. So you can't just say, oh, well, since the dollar is going down, then that means that gold is going to be going up. Because sometimes they can move in the same direction.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah, I seen that.
Huh?
I said, yeah, I seen that. My cousin, he always, oh yeah, they're supposed to go opposite. And I'm like, bro, don't do that.
Yeah, exactly. Because you'll be
And when
in
I
for a
understand,
big surprise.
well, what?
Huh?
No, I was just saying, like I definitely surprised me.
Yeah. So right now, what price is doing, I kind of wanted to see what it does in this area. Even if it comes up to this zone, I'm still not getting in for anything until it's like a pullback or some type of retest. I need to see something. So this is kind of like a waiting game. But if it comes down here to these areas, so this will be like, technically this will be 3 retests. So it'll be a retest of this blue trend line that was broken. It'll be a retest of this purple zone. And if it comes down to this green trend line, that will be a 3rd retest of this trend line. Do y'all see that?
Yes.
Can I ask
Yeah.
a quick question?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so if price does pull back to give you another trend line bounce, why would you buy it up to the blue trend line versus just taking profits at like your next purple zone? Like, how do you know it wouldn't just stop at that zone?
Because once I get a pullback, that's when I add my fib. Wherever the high is done, I don't know when the high is done. I would wait for my retest to add my fib, and then I get out at my TP1.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. This will actually be perfect. So if price like does not pass this high, like I said, like I want to wait for to see what it's gonna do. But if price doesn't pass this high right here, and it pulls down and does that retest, that'll be retesting 38.2. 38.2 means we finna skyrocket. Like price don't stop. That's my favorite fib level to hit. It's 38.2. So that will actually be really perfect. And you remember, you don't want to get in until that candle closes. So let me put an alarm on here as well. So set your alarms. You can either set it to alert you once per minute or once the candle closes. I always do once the candle closes. Wait for that to happen. And if you see that wick exhaustion, then you can get in for that buy. And that'll be about 74 pips for GU.
Okay, another question, since you just said that, So when you're looking at your candle closes, do you always look at the 30 minutes? Or does it really
Yeah,
matter?
I do 30 minutes and 15 minutes.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I go between one of those, either just depending on what structure I'm on or which ones look clearer. Sometimes even if I'm not sure, like if it's retesting, I'll wait for like another candle or two to form.
Okay, because I used to wait for like the hour candle to close because I feel
Okay.
like it holding more weight
Mhm.
versus a 15 or 30. But I also feel like once I'm waiting for an hour candle to close, I could miss like 20, 30 pips.
Yeah, no, when you're on this, because
Okay.
this is a minor structure. We're on the 30-minute time frame. So
Gotcha.
whatever time frame you're on, you want to wait for that time frame candle right below it to close. So if you're waiting for a 1 hour candle to close, and that means that you're gonna be looking for a 4-hour structure.
Okay, cool.
So like for the 30 minutes, like I usually look for it either on the same time frame or I go below it on the 15-minute. When I'm on the hour time frame, I always look for a 30-minute candle.
Okay, and then this fib setup here is just a 30-minute structure, correct?
Yes, this is a 30-minute structure.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. So this is the structure. I just drew it out. This is what I'm looking at right here. So yeah, so this is the play for this one. This is the one that I'm looking for, the highest probability. But like I said, I like to give y'all both ends just in case, but I don't think the other side's gonna happen. But if it does, then you'll definitely want to see a break between like these trend lines, including this green trend line, because this trend line right here, this is holding price up. So since it's holding price up, that's showing that we're taking majority buys. But once this breaks and if price comes back into a pullback, then you'll get in for a sell, and then that's when you'll add that fib and then take it wherever. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
But this is the main play I'm looking for right here. All right, do y'all have questions before I move on to gold?
You said if you're waiting for the hour close, you need to be on the 4-hour structure, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Because if you're on minor structure, you're not looking for an hour close. That's you missing out on a lot of you missing out on pips doing that.
I got a question.
Uh-huh.
Why isn't so you said you're looking for the high to be created.
Mm-hmm.
Why wasn't the prior high the high, and why don't I'm wondering why we're not at TP now and why the pullback that already happened isn't the correct pullback? Like where it hit the trend line for the second time, why isn't that the point C, A, B, C?
This one?
Yeah. Why wouldn't that be a pullback to like the 50?
This is a structure right here. This is like a 15-minute structure though.
Okay.
I rarely trade 15-minute structure. You see how it's like super clear on there? This is a whole structure right here, and this hit TP1 right there.
All right. That's what I was asking. So you're trying to find the high for the 1 hour then?
This is for the 30-minute.
Okay.
So I'm saying like right now, like I'm not getting into a sell right now. Like some people can get in like when the market opens. I don't do that. I wait like until like the actual session, because yeah, we can be going down right now. Price can push. Let me like draw it while I'm saying it. Because say like right now, price can like, even though we just opened, price can like be pushing down right now, come up a little bit more before falling.
Right.
And it's like I don't have my confirmations like to get in. I never go off one confirmation. I need more than one confirmation.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. But like I said, price could still continue pushing down, but I just don't get in right when the market opens. But like I said, if price just continues to push down and we get that retest, then this is our high right there. And then this will be our structure if we get a retest. And then that's when you'll place your fib. That makes sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay, cool. Anybody else have any questions on this one? All right, let's go on to gold. Honestly, I have not really been trading gold. I've been trading like GU, but on gold, let's do this. Gold, this whole structure right here hit TP2. And TP2 on the higher time frame means a reversal. So that means that we're now transitioning from this whole downtrend to an uptrend. Oh yes, you can finally trade gold. You got a new broker or did they add it? So yeah, so we hit TP2 and we also retested this whole daily zone. Could the second touch of the trend line be a point for another 15-minute fit? Could the second touch on GU? Let me go back so I can see what you mean.
Man, it's a man named Scotty Pip.
Okay, can the second touch of the trend line be a point for another 15-minute pit? The second touch. Like from right here, from this second blue box? Is that what you're talking about? If you're able to speak, that'll be better.
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm saying like could that be like the point A for the field for another minor structure field, like that
Oh
second
yeah,
touch?
for sure. Yeah. This is another structure
Yeah.
side of it.
Yeah. I wasn't sure my volume was working because I'm new to this Zoom thing, so
No, you're good. Yeah. It's always structure inside a structure. It's just how low you want to go. So yeah, you'll do it. That can be like that. You see how this is the whole 30-minute structure, but inside of the 30-minute structure, that's a 15-minute structure.
Okay. Yeah.
And then that TP will be right here.
Okay. Thank you.
Sorry, question. Can I see a 1 hour chart, please?
Yeah.
This one's where the blue trend line is connected to.
Which one for this?
Yeah, like you retest on that blue line.
Oh, right here, this one?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Like where it's connected to.
Oh, where is it starting from?
Yes.
Oh, this looks a hot mess.
That's okay.
Yeah, this is on my 4-hour trend line.
Oh,
So I started from right here. Took it to a majority of the price of this. I didn't have it exactly on the wick because I drew this trend line like before all of this right here happened. Sometimes I said, like I tell people, price can respect the trend line that's holding majority of price, but it can also respect the wicks too. So that's why I have this other candle right here that's touching the wicks.
okay. Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else have a question for GU? Okay, let's go to gold. So like I was saying, for gold, we hit TP2 and we also retested this daily zone. So the daily zone right here was previously broken right there. And now we formed a retest of here. So I can see price continuing higher for this, but that's just showing me like the overall bigger picture of what's happening. So we hit TP2 on that major structure. So now I'm looking for price to continue to go up. My overall target for sure is up to this green zone. Because as y'all can see right here, we have support, broke, and never got that retest. Do y'all see that? This whole green area right here.
Yeah.
See it.
Yeah.
So now where we're at, oops. Okay, where we're at for gold, again, I do want to see like another pullback happen. I have this trend line right here that's carrying this whole minor structure. Point A, point B, up. So that's a whole structure in itself, like here. And it hit TP1 already. So what I want to see next is I want to see another retest of this trend line. If it retests, then you can get in for a buy. And if it retests, I'll adjust my fib like here. And then I'll take it up to this blue zone, which is aligned with TP1 for the 4 hour. Everything blue on my chart is for the 4 hour. Everything green is for the 1 hour. So if we get that retest, that third retest of this bottom trend line, then we'll be looking for buys. If price happens to break through, we'll look for a retest to get in for a sell. But overall, I'm seeing gold continue into that uptrend. That's my highest probability outcome, is a pullback to finish playing out and then continue. It's kind of lined up with GU2 finishing out that pullback. We can probably see that happening during London session, and then everything playing out during New York.
What time frame is the purple zone?
This is my 30-minute.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, so it's like that.
Look like gold already pulling back.
Yeah, but like I said, I will wait, because as you can see, this whole structure just finished. It literally just hit TP1. Y'all see it hit 38.2 and then came to TP1. So now I want to see it pull back, either like to this zone, this trend line, really the trend line, honestly, and then continue up. And y'all just make sure to set your alerts, and whatever, when you set your alerts, make sure you're on that exact time frame. So y'all can see I had the 1 hour time frame at first, but I want to see that 30-minute candle. So I went on the 30-minute time frame and then clicked on the trend line to set an alert when the 30-minute candle closes.
Is it 15 not strong enough for you to take a trade on?
You could do 15 minutes. If you do 15 minutes, just be aware that like price can kind of like stay in that area for a minute. I don't usually do 15 minutes. Sometimes I do. It just depends. It depends on how many confirmations I have to take a 15-minute one. But for this one, since I'm just seeing like we're in that overall uptrend and having a multiple retests off this trend line, I just want to wait for 30 minutes. 30 minutes makes me feel more comfortable. But I mean, you can do a 15-minute if you want to. But just make sure when you put your stop loss, give your stop loss room to breathe. So if you want to put, I always say your previous low or previous high, so your stop loss will be right here. And what I would do too is, what you can do, say price comes here, retest here, and you get in, you can have another like random trend line like halfway, and then have it alert you like once per minute. So now you can see like if price does break through that trend line, like what's going on, or you can see that it's breaking through or whatever, so that you're aware instead of your stop loss just getting hit. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, because I love adding like just random trend lines with alerts, because sometimes I just want to see like what price is doing instead of like, you know, just getting on my phone and price is not doing nothing. You have to set those alerts. Alerts are key. So like I said, so if this pulls back and gives that retest, then what you can do is you can either drag this fib up to that high, or if you want, you can like draw another fib from the previous low to that high and then take it up to that TP. They're both going in the same direction. It's just one TP will be higher than the other. So this is just another structure inside of it. Let me make that another color. So that would be first TP right there. And then this one, if you just drag it, that TP will be right here. Y'all see that? Does that make sense?
Yes, it makes sense.
Okay. Oh,
Hey,
shoot.
why wouldn't with that 23.6 head on that field, why wouldn't that lower high be like the top of a field? Yeah, right there, up, right there, yeah. Why wouldn't that be like the top of a field, like coming from where the 38.2 is to that point?
No, it is. It's just on a smaller time frame.
Oh, okay.
There's always structure inside a structure. So this is a whole structure right here.
Okay. I wonder if I was seeing it wrong, like I was trying to get an understanding.
As you see, that hit TP1 right there.
Okay.
Yeah. So I see you know your structure. You on the smaller time.
Yeah, that's what I was trying. I'm trying to figure out how to do the higher time frames. Like,
Yeah, no, but your structure is still good though. But I'm looking at the 30-minute structure, not I see you're looking more like the 15-minute. So, but that's fine though. If you see like that 15-minute and that's like what your eyes see, like that's cool still. And you just get in on that 5-minute retest.
okay.
But the one that I'm showing, this is the 30-minute structure right here that played out. Point A, point B, TP1. But inside of that, like I said, inside of one structure, there's another structure. So inside of here, this was that 15-minute structure that you were just looking at.
Okay.
So now that this TP1 had finished on my 30-minute time frame, and it continues, if we get that retest back down and go back up, I'll just drag this to that next high.
Okay. It's crazy how I do that.
Do what?
No, just how the structure be inside the structure and how you could do the 15 one out of 30 and it's still like, I guess that's why they call it the Fibonacci.
Yeah. Fibonacci is my best friend. But yeah, so there's always structure inside of structure. It's no like wrong way. Like some people be like, oh, well, what if I put my fib like how you just said or anything? Like it's all correct. It's all in the same direction. As long as you're in that direction and you know your highs and your lows, that's all structure. But when it comes to like being able to identify them on different time frames, that's all about just playing around and really just like it's really practice too, because it took me a while to identify it. But once you just start pointing out those highs, pointing out those lows, it's like whatever time frame you're on, look at what highs and lows stick out the heaviest. So right here, looking at just this area right here, this high right here is sticking out really, really heavy. Let's see, I'm trying to make sure I use a color that don't blend in. This low sticks out. This low sticks out. So now I have my structure right here. Boom, boom, boom. On the 30.
Guess what? You saying that just opened my eyes a lot when you saying the one that stick out the most. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that, you said that's a mouthful right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Good. And then
Okay,
inside of that, you see those little ones, right? That high, that low, that high, that low. Those are the smaller time frames. That's
okay.
that's the structure inside of that other structure.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that.
Of course. I feel like that's like, I'm so glad that I figured that out because I'm like, I wish somebody would have told me that from the beginning.
I know, right? For real. Cause like you can see all type of, ups and downs and you know what I'm saying, highs and lows, but how you say the one that stick out the most, Like that's a mouthful right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, and now it's like you can see it now.
Yeah, exactly. It's like even like right here on the higher time frame, you got this high. You got this high, this low.
Yeah.
You see that?
Yeah.
This low. This is still inside of it too. That's still valid, that high. But now it's like now when you're drawing it out, you're like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah. Yeah.
That makes sense.
And then the highway, your other purple zone that's right above. Yeah, right there. Yeah. Like
Yep,
that.
exactly. See, there you go. Period.
You go right down to your pink zone at the bottom. Yep.
Yep.
That's
And
what's up.
all you need is those 2 points. And once you get that point A, point B, that pullback, boom, you know where to take it.
That's what's up.
Good. I'm glad that helped. Structure is king. Okay, so is everybody good on gold?
I know I am.
Okay, because I'm gonna have Prodigy going to NAS and US30. Antonio, you there?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna make you the host, and you can share. And then after you're done, we're gonna get into risk management. So I'm gonna show y'all like how I manage my risk on my trading journal. And then if y'all don't already have the trading journal that I was giving away for free, I'm gonna put the link in the chat so y'all can like duplicate it, follow it, and then like customize it to y'all owns.
I have a question real quick.
You
recording?
Yeah.
Are you guys space?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
I was gonna ask the same question.
That was so funny because when I got on, it said something how it couldn't record on my iCloud. And then I was like, oh no, but then it let me record it on my computer. I have space on my computer, but not my iCloud. And I be paying for iCloud every month. So I don't know why they play with me like that. But yeah, I'm recording it. All right, let me make you the host. All right, you the host now.
All right. Let me just get can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna just do a quick breakdown. It's really simple. So for US30, I see that this is the lowest point we got to. I'm on a 2 hour right now. I usually stick to the higher time frames. So I see this is the lowest point we got to before making a big push up, right? I noticed that this was a big downtrend. I called the trade out earlier for a sell. It was right in this area somewhere because I knew it was gonna be bearish because we created lower highs, started creating lower highs, and I called it out right here. We're on this big downtrend. We stopped in this area. This is the lowest point we got to. I noticed we made a big push up. I didn't want these highs to be broken because these are also the highest points we got to before going back on a downtrend. So we made the support. I noticed that we were breaking past these highs, and I'm trying to see if I could see the trend, like make a pullback somewhere down here and come back up because I noticed we're breaking highs now. We're not making any lows. So I just want to see if we can like make a high, like we could make a pullback, break and create a new high. So I want to see a pullback to here, or even here. I want to see a pullback so we could create a new high. Or even, honestly, it could even, because I'm just trying to see that because the trend could very well just like come down, create a new low because we're not showing a clear trend yet. So I just want to see a pullback and a new high. And if not, I'm cool to take sales again because I know because if I don't see any pullbacks to create a new high, I know like sales are still valid. So I know we can still create like new lows and stuff. So I'm just looking at that. I want to see pullbacks from these highs, or we could come back down. I just want to see the trend develop to create like higher highs and stuff. Because right now we're just sitting in nowhere. So I just want to see how it plays out really. Maybe pull this back. Yeah, we have lows in this area. So honestly, we're just sitting in nowhere right now. So for NAS, it's the same setup. We had a high here. Oops, 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 oops. Pull this back. This was a previous resistance area, so I kept this in mind. I want to see if we can make a pullback and then create like a high. But if we don't, I'm gonna still play sells because we're not creating any like higher highs yet. I just need to see the trend develop because we're not, we're just sitting here. The trend isn't showing for me, so ain't much to break down right now. I'm sorry, y'all, but I don't see anything.
What does the blue and white on your background indicate? What is that for?
Oh, these are sessions. So this is New York session. That's
Okay.
just for volume. So
Okay.
Yeah, there's no setups for me right now, so I'm just looking. Yeah. It's the same thing for SPX. SPX is the same thing as NAS. I'm gonna be honest. There's no like setups yet, so I'm gonna just be patient. I'm gonna wait for the pullbacks. It come back like this and come up, or it could just let me delete this, or it could just come back down if it wants to. I just need to see the trend build. Because just remember, we're coming off a new low, so I'm gonna keep that in mind too. So I'm just waiting for the setups.
So do you go to any other time frames, or do you just stay on your 2 hour for the most part?
You could go on the 1 hour. You could go on. It's just the same setup. I just like using the 2 hour.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for US30, this was the trade area. I'm gonna break this down again. So this area we had a high, and then we came down, made this low area. That's the lowest point we got to before we started going back on this uptrend, right? So we could also say this was a high because we broke this little high right here. Broke this little high. So this would be the highest area before going back on a small downtrend. So I see this as a lower high because it wasn't higher than this one. I would have wanted to break this so we could continue our bullish trend. So I noticed that came down here, this lowest point before coming back up here. And I didn't want this low to be broken because this is the lowest point we got to before going to uptrend, like I said. And then we break down, we could say we had a pullback and then broke it again. So, and we even had a retest right here. And this was the area I called out that trade. So yeah. And I'm just waiting for the setups. And yeah, that's pretty much my breakdown. I don't really see anything right now.
Are you still in sales?
No, I'm not. I'm not in sales. Yeah. All right. Hopefully that's the best way I can explain it. Hopefully, let me check the. All right, no, we're chilling. All right.
I think this is the cleanest chart I've ever seen.
Appreciate it.
That's cool.
But y'all could like y'all know what I'm saying, right? Like y'all see what I mean? Like I didn't want these highs to be broken. Highest points. You break past this, I want to see a pullback and see the trend continue, right? Like I want to see like create like higher highs and higher lows. Because right now we're just going up, right? We don't really see anything yet. We're just going up. And we could very well just come all the way back down here because we don't have the trend yet. So yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense.
All right.
Yeah, it's good.
All right, but that's it.
All right. Y'all got any questions regarding that? Or are y'all good?
I'm all good. Them the trades I look at. Gold and GU.
You said what?
I said those are the pairs that I look at for real. Gold and GU and ETH.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay. All right, so let me share this template with y'all because I want to go over this really the trading goals. So let me claim host. Okay. Ooh, let me hurry up. My computer about to die. We good. Okay. Can y'all see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. So when it comes to risk, like what I do is you can either do it by percentage or by numbers. So when it comes to calculating your risk, I use this one calculator online that shows me my profits, but then I also use another app. It's called Stenu, and I believe it's free for 7 days, and I think it's like $7 or like $14 for a whole year. And inside of Stenu, you basically can calculate your risk like really, really easy. So I want to pull that up so I can show y'all like exactly how I use it. Let me get rid of this. Why is it not? Okay. Can you guys see this? It says account balance.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so with this app, basically when you come over here to those lines and you come to your settings, you can choose with risk if you want to go based off percentage or by an amount. So let's just start with an amount. So let's say you have $1,000 in your account and you only want to risk like $95. And your stop loss, you say, okay, I want to risk 95, but I know I need my stop loss. My stop loss is going to be about like 40 pips. So once you put that in and you click next, you're going to select which pair you want. So this doesn't have this isn't all the pairs. You can click like the plus side to see more pairs. So let's just go with GU. So let's just say GBP USD. Once you calculate that, it's going to show you that you can use a 0.23 lot size. The last number doesn't count. But with a 40 pip stop loss, using a 0.23 lot size, you'll know that that's you risking $95. And that's 9.5% risk. Y'all see that?
Yeah, I need
How did you enter the 40?
Huh?
Like, I get it, you put the $95 because you got $1,000 account size. Where did you get the 40 pips from?
No, I'm just saying, if that's like when you're looking at your chart, so for example, like say I'm right here on my chart, say I'm entering this trade, right?
Okay.
And I just gave like a estimate. So if I'm getting in right here and I want to take my stop loss to like right here, 40 pips, that's how I know like when price gets to this area, this is how much that I'll be risking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's like, even if you do like to this last low, 70 pips, and then you come back to this app and you put 70, oops, and you put 70 right here, and you enter it, click your currency, calculate. Now it says you can use a 0.13 lot size.
Okay, so if price was to hit that stop loss, that means you just lost $95.
Yes.
Okay.
That's literally like your stop loss is stopping you from losing more money.
Okay.
But that was just an example, whatever your stop loss is. But this is letting you know how much you're going to be risking, so you know. But you always want to be comfortable with whatever you're risking, because no trade is 100% guaranteed. That's why I say you have to ask yourself if you're okay with losing that amount.
Okay, I got a question for you while we're discussing this. So let's just say like we're in an uptrend and then we get like a 23.6 pullback, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I know we're supposed to put the stop loss below structure, but there have been times where it's like from the 23.6 to the TP1, those pips aren't as much as the stop loss, if that makes sense. So there's been times where like the stop loss is more pips than my profit.
Yeah.
So like I never take those. But I feel like I'm missing trades because
they the people them what they against.
Let me meet them. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so there's been times where I wouldn't get in the trade because the risk to reward is off.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to see like how you felt about that. Like, does that matter much?
No, yeah, I get what you're saying. So like, for example, it's like for here, just for this trade, let's just say price came down here. This one would be 61 pips to gain roughly 80 pips. I mean, it's still it's not that much difference, but it's like you're saying like your risk will be like 80 pips, but you're only be winning like 60 pips.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when it comes to that, it's like you have to have your confirmations for your entries to get in, because if that ends up breaking, then most likely you didn't have enough confirmations. But like I said, if you have your stop loss right here, you can put a line right here, like halfway, to alert you once per minute to know that this is breaking structure.
Okay, and you'll just close it out early.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
But right here, it's like if I'm getting a retest, I'm not expecting price to break through unless I'm looking in the wrong direction.
Gotcha. So how many confirmations do you ideally want before you get in? Is it like 2 or 3?
Yeah, 2 to 3. 3 is like exceptional. But yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Like right here, it's like I have a break of my trend line, I have a break of this zone. If we get a retest, creating another a higher low, that's like multiple things telling me that we're still pushing up.
Yeah, that's 3 right there.
Yeah. So it's like if I get in right here and price break through, especially breaking this low, which is 24 pips, I know that's not gonna continue up.
Okay.
So true.
So that's why I will place my stop loss below, but I will also place this line to alert me.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll have to start using that trick right there.
Yeah, that makes sense though?
Yeah, perfect sense.
Okay, cool.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
The green trend line that you have there, I have one right at the consolidation, but the correction going up. So instead of on there, I have it higher up.
Like you have something
Is that valid? No. Can I annotate, please?
Sure.
I have something like this. Is that valid?
Oh, no.
Okay, then I have to fix that one then.
Yeah, if you're looking at something like that, you'll probably be like on the 5 minute. You see all these like.
On the 15, I have it.
Yeah, on the 15 minute. Yeah, it's not even clear. Like structure is not even clear on this 15 minute.
Okay.
It's like, that would be more like a 5 minute. You see how it's clear? Structure is more clear on 5 minute.
Mm-hmm.
Rather than 15. 15 minutes just like a straight shot.
Okay.
Y'all
I'll fix my trend line then.
Yeah, that's like a really low time frame. This is holding up majority of price, this trend line right here.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense to everybody?
Yeah, it was really good. Really good explanation.
Good. Thank you.
Okay, yeah.
Yes,
So
thank you.
with this app, that's what you want to do. So you can do the amount or you can do a percentage. So like even like if you're trading like funded accounts or even just your own account, you want to do percentage, you could put, let's just say, $1,000, you want to risk, I don't know, let's just say like 4%. Your stop loss, let's just say it's 50. Now you know, okay, click next. I'm trading GU, calculate. Now to risk $40 with a 50 pip stop loss, I can use a 0.08 lot size. So now it's like you don't have to guess what lot size you have to use to risk a certain amount. I don't know about y'all, but I ain't good at math, so I need a calculator.
And you have to put this in before every trade, or would it just like keep the same settings until you change it?
So that's what I'm about to get into next. I just wanted to show you guys how to use it.
Okay.
But do y'all understand how to use this? It's called Stenu.
Yeah.
Hey, one question about that. Does it do US30?
It doesn't. Unfortunately.
Okay. Okay.
This is just currencies. and gold commodity, but that's it. Okay, so that's the app for that. Now, when it comes to like how she was just asking, would you do it for the same thing? That's based on how you're going to be trading, how you're going to be doing your risk. So for me, I personally kind of just have like a set standard, like, okay, well, if I have like 3 to 4 confirmations, that's like my A+ setup. So I know I'm going to be risking a higher amount because I'm just like a little bit more confident with it. So I already have like my set numbers. You know, like I already know, like, okay, well, I'm gonna use this lot size with this many pips. But then it's like for my for my trades that have less confirmation, I'll use a smaller amount of risk. But in here, it's like I'll write down how many lot size I'm gonna be using. You can keep it the same, or it can be different, but you still want to have a plan. So you want to be able to say, like, if I have 10 trades, I know that I can risk like $50 per trade before my account hits $500 using a certain lot size. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So look, right here, I put for example. So I can take 10 trades with a 50 pip stop loss using a 0.20 lot size before my account reaches $50. That's one way. That's like having like that set way. Like each trade is this. No exceptions. Now, if you're trying to, you know, do something else, might risk more this trade, a little bit more that trade. Okay, let's mute mic. So this is just that one way, just having like your set plan. Another plan too is, like you said, if you have like different confirmations, like when you want to risk less, then you can have written out like, okay, well, on this one, I'll use this stop loss for this percentage. Just so you don't have to keep going back and forth, you already have your set numbers. That makes sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
That makes sense.
Okay. So in here, this is what I have written out. So I have like your risk per trade. You can either do it based off percentages or based off your numbers. So you can do it if I want to risk like $50 per trade, 1% per trade. This is where you'll write it out, and this is where you'll put your numbers. So you'll come and use the app to actually calculate that. So you have your risk per trade. You have your daily trading goals. If you're a day trader, this is very helpful for that. So example, like you'll say you have your max is 2 trades for 2% risk each. So your goal will be to make 4%. But if you don't make that, you're also going to have a percentage that you want to stop at. And by that, I mean down here. So what's going to be your loss percentage to stop? So you're going to have your winning percentage either for that day or for that week. So example, mine is like 25%. And then you're also going to have a percentage on when you're going to stop. So example, once you reach 7% loss of your account, that's your max for the week. Once you hit that 7% loss, you're done trading. Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
Now,
Yes.
on top of that, you have your risk per trade, you have your daily, if you're like day trading, and you have your weekly goal. So this is the goal that you want to hit. Once you hit this goal, you're done trading. Because if you hit your goal and you keep trading, 10 times out of 10, you're going to give your money back to the market. But being able, this is basically having you able to see what exactly you're risking and actually seeing the numbers in front of your face. Now, when it comes to like your monthly or quarterly, all you're doing is like timesing it by 4. So timesing it by your weekly goal. Your quarterly goal, same thing. Your yearly goal, it's just doing the math on what you just previously stated above here. Now, when you fill this out too, what I want you guys to do, you need to print this out and put it in front of where you trade at, because our vision is our most powerful sense. So whatever you see, that's what you're going to repeat. Because if you don't see this in your face, you're most likely going to forget it. Do y'all remember what y'all had for breakfast yesterday? Probably not. Do y'all remember?
Oatmeal.
Okay, you good. No, but seriously, it's like, yeah, exactly. She said no. Like, we're easily going to forget things. So it's like you have to like print this out and put it in front of your face so that you actually see it. And you also need to be able to take breaks, and for how long, because you don't want to just keep doing it over and over and over again, because you're going to get burnt out. So you need to have a plan on when you're going to take a break and for how long. And this is most important. Like, and I tell my private students this too. You need to have a plan on when you're going to pull out from your account. Whether that's every winning trade, you're going to pull out a certain amount, or you're going to pull out a certain percentage every week. You need to have a plan on when you're going to pull out, because you don't know what could happen when you're trading, and you can end up losing it all. And now it's going to feel like you traded for nothing. So at least, like, even if you do happen to lose your account, at least you got something out of it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I'm gonna need
Yeah.
to plan when to stop pulling out.
You said what?
I'm gonna need to plan when to stop pulling out.
You need to plan when to stop pulling out.
Yeah. I won't leave nothing in there.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I mean, that is one too. You do want to have of course, money to trade with. But for the most part, like, I know a lot of people, you can get stuck into the whole like grow. But it's like sometimes, shit just happens. Like, we all take losses. But the goal of trading is really just to risk what we're comfortable with, as well as reap the rewards of it too at the end of the day. And it's going to be hard to stick to this, honestly, like it really is. But as long as you try to be intentional with it, it's going to be ups and downs. But as long as you keep trying to be intentional with it, it's going to start coming naturally. But I just want to give you guys the guidance to be able to do this, to have that plan, because everybody always talks about have risk management, but it's like, what is risk management,
Sure.
Are you gonna put that in the chat for us to print it out? You said.
Let me do it right now. I'm gonna put it in the Discord too.
Okay, yeah, that was really dope. Thank you for that.
Of course.
Yeah. Thank you.
I'm gonna just send y'all like actually just the whole thing. So this is the whole journal template. So when you come in here on the first page, you're gonna have like your routine. So what you do before trading, after trading, all you gotta do is type it out. If you want to add more, you come and click these dots right here on the left and click duplicate, and you can add more. When you're back testing, I know somebody was asking a video on back testing. I'm not gonna go through all that right now. But I'm gonna make a separate video about back testing. But what I do is, whether it's back testing or just looking at my current markups, like when I'm talking, like even when I'm talking to y'all on Zoom, I do this by myself. Like, I actually record me marking up my chart, what I'm saying, what's going through my head, what I'm looking at. So whether I win or lose, I can go back and watch it and actually like see what was going through my mind at that time. And when you do that, you'll just come over here and click upload, and then you'll just choose the video from your computer. Now, your trade journal. This is where you keep track of all your trades. So I have like a few in here. You don't have to keep them. You can easily just delete it right here. When you want to add more, you just come over here to these dots, duplicate, open, and you can just easily just change the name right here. Oops. And then once you come out of there, you'll put for your trade, if you're looking for a buy or sell, you can click it. You can also change like the colors on them. You'll put like what your lot size is. So using that Stenu app, or if y'all have another calculator, whatever. whichever date that you're looking for on that trade. And this is your confirmation checklist. So this is exactly like your confirmations on why you're getting into that trade. So 3+ is great, 2 to 3, good. But you always want to have your confirmation list here. So I just have a few just for like an example. But like I said, you can always add it. You can delete it. You can change the colors.
Wow.
You can add to it and just create it, and you just put it right there. Now, next is your risk percentage or the risk number. So like I said, it's the same thing. I have a few just to guide you guys, and you guys can just edit it on your own on the go, but that's what you'll put in here. What you're looking for your TP to be. And right here, emotions, like always write out how you're feeling, no matter if it's good, bad, whatever happened. Like you can have an argument with your spouse and lose a trade and be like, why the hell did I lose that? And then you're going to look back and be like, dang, like, because I was arguing with your ass. But this will kind of just help you, like, kind of like keep you in check, like to see how you were mentally. Because, we know we're not supposed to trade when we're emotional, but sometimes, it just happens. Life happens. We're not perfect, but it's really good to keep track of it. Now, after that, like whether you check your trades at the end of the day or at the end of the week, you're going to come back, put in your outcome. Like if you won, you lost, you broke even, the amount of pips it was, any extra notes you want to put in. And then if you want to put your profit loss statement, you'll do that right there. And now
I like that.
Good. Thank you. And when you click on inside of here, you can put your reasons for trading. So either like with text or a video. So like how I said, like how I screen record myself, you could either like put notes on your trading view and like screenshot that, or you can put a video in. And when you input a video, all you do is put this plus sign, and then come down to video, and you can add it right there. Now, so inside of the trading plan, this is where you're gonna find those high probability setups and also like your okay probability setups. So y'all know how I was just going over, like if I have like 3 to 4 confirmations, this is what I risk. I like to screenshot exactly how they look like. So I know like what I'm looking for when that setup happens again, and I'll put that right here. Trading rules. Everybody has trading rules. Rule number 1 that everybody should have is always trade what you see, not what you think. If that point gets to that trend line, you do not know what it's going to do at that trend line. So do not think once it gets to that trend line that it's going to retest. Do y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Because it can easily break through. You have to wait. We all guilty, okay, Rashada? It's okay.
Wait. So what do you do to like ensure that it's retested? What the hell?
You remember I set an alarm.
My computer just blacked out. Hold
on. Okay, we'll wait till you get back. So rule number 1, trade what's happening, not what you think is gonna happen, and any other rules that you have. Like for me, like I don't trade midweek. My trades usually play out like Monday, Tuesday. I mean, I get in a trade like by Monday, Tuesday. Other than that, like I don't really get in the trade midweek. Another rule that I have is I don't trade once the market opens. I don't trade during the opening of markets. I wait. And then right here for the entries, this will just be what you're looking for, like break and retest, divergence, whatever you're looking for to enter that trade. This is where you put your entries at. We just went through the trading goals. That's what we just went through. And if you forget how to use this, I inputted a video. So now if you forget how to use, you just come here to how to use, and I went over what I recorded what I just told y'all. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna just copy the link and I'm gonna put it into the to the Discord. Do y'all have any questions about that? I wasn't talking too fast, right? Okay, cool. Okay,
No.
do y'all have any questions about that or anything else?
Is it possible you could do a video on divergence? Like how do you spot them? Because like on the uptrend, I could spot them easy, but on the downtrend, I'm struggling a little bit.
Yeah, so when it comes to divergence, so like right here, this is divergence I saw on the 30-minute. So before any of this happened. Oops. I saw price was going down, but divergence was going up right here. So you can see like we have higher lows being created. Lows higher than this, but on this one we have lower lows.
Oh, so you look at the bottom of the RSI instead.
Yeah, I look at the bottom and the top.
But for the downtrend, for the reversal of the downtrend, you look at the bottom.
Yeah, and then right
Okay.
here, this is when it was going to the top. This was at a top, and I was looking for a sell. You see, we're creating higher highs. On our side, we have lower highs.
Okay, this one I understand. I could see this one clear.
Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
no problem. Does anybody else have any other questions?
Yeah, like how you waiting on the retest on GU or whatever on the trend line. Like what you use as your trigger? Like you wait for like a 15-minute bull candle or 2 candles, or you just hop in if you see it don't break it. Like if you see it, it's respect.
I wait for like 1 or 2 candles, depending how clear it is. Like if I get a candle that closes with like so much like wick exhaustion, it's like no brainer. If I'm not sure, like I say, like I'll wait for like
30.
another candle or 2.
Like on the 15 or 30.
Yeah, 15 or 30.
All right, thank you.
Of course. Anybody else have any questions? This was a great call. How y'all feeling?
Yeah, I don't have a question, but I just want to thank you for the Zoom call.
Of
It was really
course.
good.
No
Hey,
problem.
yeah, thanks for that trading journal too. That's I ain't gonna lie, that thing dope.
Good. I'm gonna put it in the in it right now. I'm gonna put it in resources and I'll tag everybody.
Bet.
All right. Well, you guys enjoy the rest of y'all evening. Happy trading, and I'll talk to y'all soon. And I'm gonna upload the recording too.
All right.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Good night.
Thank you.
Good night.